Our chief guest, Ms. Judith Adokorach, Policy Officer for SRHR and Gender at the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, representing the Ambassador, Dr. Karin Boven. The Vice-Chancellor, Lira University, Professor Jasper Ogwalokeng, the Resident City Commissioner, Lira City, Mr. Lawrence Egole, His Worship, the Lord Mayor of the Lira City, Mr. Sam Atul, the Resident Judge, Lira Magisterial Area, invited guests, project partners, SET-SRHR and Steps for JLO's Kipepeos, ladies and gentlemen. Let me extend my warm welcome to all of you for joining us to celebrate the official commissioning of the Center for SET-SRHR at Lira University. I would like to put this center and the Steps for JLO's project, whose outcomes you have just discussed during the marketplace, in proper context by taking you on a journey that has brought us to this day. This journey requires that we retrace our steps back to December 2016, when a consortium of 4 partners, led by Makerere University School of Public Health in Uganda and the International Institute for Social Studies of Erasmus University Rotterdam as overall lead, embarked on a journey of transformational sexual, reproductive health and rights education and training. This was the Dutch-funded 4-year, €3.7 million project called Strengthening Education and Training for Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, or SET-SRHR. The project's overall aim was to contribute to inclusive SRHR services and human capital development by strengthening education and training structures and systems to transform the SRHR landscape in Uganda. Project activities were organized around a generative, contextually grounded, gender and age-sensitive curriculum as a transformative tool, and training as a space and channel for informing and influencing sexual and reproductive health and rights policy and practice. This curriculum permeated different spaces within Uganda, from grassroots communities to institutions of higher education, ultimately facilitating the training of over 600 sexual and reproductive health and rights professionals and researchers by 2021, when the project came to an end. Additionally, there has been diffusion and spin-offs of the curriculum which have influenced sexual and reproductive health and rights education and training programs through ISS-EUR projects that I have led in Mozambique, Benin, Ghana, and northern Uganda, with a spin-off in South Sudan since last year. One of the 5 strategies of the SET-SRHR project was organizational capacity strengthening, both human resource and infrastructural support. 20% of the overall budget was allocated for infrastructural investment in partner institutions. This resulted in construction of transformative spaces for education, training, and outreach, and includes the 500-seater auditorium at Makerere School of Public Health and the Center for SET-SRHR at Makerere School of Public Health, located in Kasangati, Kampala. A portion of the infrastructure investment was reserved to bring other institutions on board beyond the 2 partner institutions. Mr. Abraham Opito, Project Technical Advisor, made a strong appeal to management team to consider a focus on northern Uganda and specifically Lira University. This led to a visit to assess and discuss possible collaboration with the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ogwalokeng. His enthusiasm and commitment to collaborate was immediate and has remained steadfast. In 2019, Lira University signed a memorandum of understanding with the project, after which construction of the center commenced. It is important to single out Mr. Opito's commitment to give back to his community. He made a personal contribution, paying for the architectural design of the center before project funding was released. The construction of the center proceeded, and By positioning it within Lira University, the center is a multidisciplinary focal point for strengthening sexual and reproductive health and rights education, training, outreach, research collaboration in northern Uganda and regionally. Through the SET-SRHR project, the center is fully furnished and equipped. The equipment was handed over and received by the Vice Chancellor in a ceremony earlier this week. The Steps for JLOS project has contributed curtains, CCTV cameras, and the signage. The center comprises 3 50-seat capacity training rooms, 5 offices, 2 counseling rooms, and a waiting lounge, a boardroom, and a server room housing the internet installed with funding from the project. One of the training rooms is fitted with a video conferencing equipment and a 65-inch TV to facilitate open and distance e-learning and engagement. Another of the 3 training rooms now houses the Adolescent and Youth Corner, supported by funding from the European Union through the Development Initiatives for Northern Uganda DINU project. The center is a critical space within the university for meetings, seminars, classes, and workshops. Like the teaching hospital, the center is a space for inclusive services to the university and the larger community. The SET-SRHR project also supported institutional human resource strengthening in partner institutions. This was done through the award of 8 master's scholarships and 5 PhD fellowships, 2 at Makerere School of Public Health and 3 at the International Institute of Social Studies of Erasmus University, Rotterdam. 30 staff of partner institutions also undertook the certificate and postgraduate diploma courses offered within the project's education and training program. These opportunities for human resource strengthening were extended to Lira University staff as follows. 2 national SRHR master trainers received certificates awarded by the International Institute of Social Studies in 2018. 4 national SRHR trainer-of-trainers received certificates awarded by Makerere University in 2020. 1 postgraduate diploma in SRHR received certificates awarded by the International Institute of Social Studies of Erasmus University, Rotterdam in 2020. And 6 national SRHR master trainers received certificates awarded by the International Institute of Social Studies of Erasmus University, Rotterdam in 2021. These were part of the final cohort of the SET-SRHR project, comprising 28 master trainers from northern Uganda. Their training in 2021 was co-hosted at the Center for SET-SRHR at Lira University, culminating in a graduation ceremony officiated by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Okwany. Altogether, funding from the Dutch government through the SET-SRHR and Steps for JLOS projects to Lira University, in terms of both infrastructural investment and human resource capacity strengthening, amounts to a total of 250,000 euros. Another outcome of the SET-SRHR project is collaboration between project partners, including in resource mobilization. In 2021, the International Institute of Social Studies of Erasmus University, Rotterdam, AFRUGI in The Hague, Capacity Development Partners in Uganda, and Lira University collaborated to implement the Dutch-funded Steps for JLOS project that you have engaged with during the market space. 5 of the master trainers of this project are faculty of Lira University. Our master trainers, like the participants whose journeys they facilitate, undergo a reflexive, interactive journey that we call the Way of Kipepeo. Kipepeo is the Kiswahili word for butterfly, the ultimate symbol of growth and transformation. This insect radically changes from a caterpillar which grows wings in the darkness and quiet of the cocoon and emerges reborn as a beautiful butterfly. Similarly, our training sessions and the change projects they develop and implement are designed to sharpen their SRHR tools, enhance their skills and competencies, and strengthen their networks, re-empowering them to be critically reflexive agents of change. The course delivery is symbolized by the image of a sunflower, which carries thousands of seeds that represent the potential and possibilities that course participants plant and cross-pollinate as they disseminate knowledge through their personal and professional networks. Let me illustrate this impact with the change projects of the 5 staff of Lira University who just completed the Steps for JLO's postgraduate diploma course in sexual and gender-based violence, rights and justice for 30 master trainers. Dr. Lorio Chen proposes a topical postgraduate course relevant for the context with the potential to give the university a regional outreach and influence. This course can be linked with existing architecture through ongoing projects in Benin, Mozambique, Ghana, South Sudan, and Kenya through ISS-EUR projects. Some of us are very happy and have already volunteered to contribute to teaching and implementation of this course. Mr. Eustace Chigongo's project strengthens and contributes to ongoing efforts at the center to extend youth-friendly services for young people, not only at the university, but also in surrounding communities. Mr. Alfred Achan's project is a powerful, excellent research conducted with young people in and around the university that provides an evidence base to inform policy and practice on young masculinities and violence. It is also a publishable paper that strengthens his PhD journey. Evelyn Achan's project is also an interesting study that provides pathways to center youth voice and experiences, informing efforts on inclusive services. Harriet Ayo Bogere proposes a project that she implemented using the unfiltered voices of university students, and this project provides pathways for strengthening a safe learning and teaching environment within educational institutions. Finally, Dr. Moses Okwany has developed a very solid project that diffuses and extends the curriculum while strengthening competencies and services at the teaching hospital. On these journeys of transformation, we take a decolonial approach in firm belief that we must draw on our rich African history and resources as a solid starting point for sustainable solutions. We also believe that dialogue, strong partnerships, and exchange are critical pillars for enhancing capacity. An African proverb reminds us that if you want to go fast, walk alone. If you want to go far, walk together. In this transformational journey, we have worked with many people and institutions working collaboratively. In Uganda, we continue to work with Mr. Abraham Opito, the project's technical advisor. From the Center for SET-SRHR in Kasangati, we are working with the SET-SRHR Kipepeos, Mr. Jimmy Maguru and Ms. Anna Kamusime, who are also SET-SRHR master trainers and PhD fellows pursuing their PhDs at the International Institute for Social Studies of Erasmus University, Rotterdam. Dr. Joanne von D, Programs Director, AFRUGI, is also a SET-SRHR Kipepeo and a participant facilitator of the ongoing Steps for JLO's project. We are also working with Ms. Aurelia Munene, Executive Director, Nascent Research and Development Organization, who has been instrumental in curriculum development and diffusion. We are working with master trainers Ms. Winfred Akeso, Mr. Bakshi Asuman, Mr. Dennis Bukenya, SET-SRHR master trainers who are helping us extend and diffuse the SET-SRHR training architecture. They are from the Center for SET-SRHR at Makerere University, under the leadership of Dr. Elizabeth Nabi-Wemba, who is the SET-SRHR Project Director, Uganda, and the Dean of Makerere University School of Public Health, Professor Rhoda Wanyenze. We are also working with Dr. Eliza Ngutuku from the London School of Economics, who has been on the long journey from the SET-SRHR project and is also faculty of the STEPS for JLO's Master Trainers Postgraduate Diploma. In the Netherlands, we are working with the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who are funding these projects under the Orange Knowledge program through NAFIC. At the lead institution of both projects, the International Institute of Social Studies of Erasmus University, Rotterdam, we are working with our rector, Professor Inge Hutter, and we are also working with my colleagues, Professor Nicholas Awotwi, who is the SET-SRHR project advisor and who is also the director of the Institute of Local Government Studies in Ghana. We are also working with project manager Dr. Veronica Gusachenko and project officer Ms. Justine Villegas, and with Dr. Anthony Otieno Ongayo. Let me conclude by coming back to the Center for SET-SRHR at Lira University. This is a space of transformation located within a thriving institution. Working with strategically located individuals and linked to a strong network of SRHR researchers, professionals, trainers, and institutions within Uganda, in the region, and abroad, the center is a strategic hub for supporting the diffusion of curriculum, research, dissemination of knowledge, and supporting many Kipepeo journeys that will ultimately create pathways towards a more inclusive society. As we say in the project, we do not come to an end, but the journey continues. It is now my pleasure and honor to invite our chief guest, Ms. Judith Adokorach, Policy Officer, SRHR and Gender at the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, who is here representing the Embassy and the Ambassador, to officially give her speech and thereafter officially open the center.